It looks like it's official. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will team up in what feels like a Batman, Superman teaming together. Yes, a modern-day Mega Powers, a modern-day Macho Man Hulk Hogan situation. Yeah, we're trying to process this whole thing. At Bad Blood 2024 in a little bit, streaming worldwide on WWE Network and Peacock and wherever else you can get it, they're set to face the duo of Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu of the bloodline that Roman used to run, the same bloodline that used to, cost Cody Rhodes every match until he took Roman out for the title. We're still processing all of this. It's crazy. Let's get into it. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kellum. Let us know what you think of Cody and Roman Reigns apparently teaming up together.
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
It all came about on the SmackDown season premiere, with WWE SmackDown moving over to the USA Network, and they wanted to make a big splash when the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa in a thrilling steel cage match to retain the championship. That wasn't all. Something else had to go down. The OTC, yes, the original tribal chief who had been berated and besmirched and insulted by Solo in his absence since Cody took the title from him at WrestleMania. Yeah, he had to come and save Cody from a post-match beatdown. But in reality, they ended up saving each other. Although there was no handshake, the two gave each other a look that acknowledged a whole lot. Oh yes, a lot more than just a finger point up to the sky. It felt like a Mega Powers moment in modern times. Yes, now we just need to see that weird teased handshake. Hold back your wrist when you do it, Roman. In a way, Roman and Cody can be a modern day Mega Powers minus the presence of Miss Elizabeth. So where does WWE go from here? Can they coexist? Yes, that trope in wrestling and cinema and every other form of media with two superpowered heroes, it has to exist. That wasn't done the first time, and it won't be the last. But the SmackDown season premiere pointed to a very interesting moment that we couldn't help but notice. The first, of course, was the direct tease of Roman and Cody forming some type of odd alliance. But the second one may be even more interesting. Rather than making Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa stand off to tease something big, WWE had a moment between the OTC, Roman Reigns, and the Samoan werewolf, Solo's sideman enforcer, Jacob Fatu, who has certainly gotten a lot of people paying attention to what his possible future could be. If you've been following our videos, we've mentioned on more than one occasion that if Cody is facing The Rock at WrestleMania 41, then Roman Reigns should be facing Jacob Fatu and not Solo Sikoa. We want this to happen, and if nothing else happens, we're gonna get real mad about it, and we're gonna let everyone know. The story might be that Solo Sikoa is the tyrannical, self-proclaimed, not really tribal chief who says he's tribal chief, but it's becoming clear as day that the ceiling and potential for Jacob Fatu might be a lot higher. This seems to be recognized in the fact that WWE is going out of their way to tease Roman v. Jacob. More than Roman v. Solo means that they know what's up. Roman versus Jacob is down the line, but what about the super alliance of Cody and Roman? That's gotta have something coming up here. So far, they've established that they aren't exactly willing partners, but in the same situation with the same obstacle in front of them. They just have a common cause. Cody went from being sick and tired and finished with the bloodline to being right back in with it in the same night. Then the Cody-Roman alliance looks like it can go on a little bit further. We're thinking War Games? Yes, William Regal, can you come out and yell War Games, please? Survivor Series with a big main event featuring Roman Reigns and Cody on one side. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Maybe you have the Usos join them. The Usos come back together. Roman Reigns might be a good guy in the eyes of some fans, but he hasn't changed too much as a character, so it's going to be hard to justify him reuniting with Jay and Jimmy since he put them through a psychological hell through the past few years. Still, if Solo Sikoa is going to have 3 men on his side at WWE War Games Survivor Series, it only makes sense that 4 men on the other side have an equal interest in coming at him, like Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos. It's only going to be more interesting if Hikuleo, another son of Haku, another member of the actual bloodline Anawahi Samoan wrestling dynasty, gets in the mix. It's worth noting that Hikuleo reportedly has signed with WWE. Could it be utilized and reintroduced in this entire scenario? In that case, WWE is going to need another member because somebody like the honorary Uso, Sami Zayn, might make the cut. to join the opposing anti-Solo faction here. Either way, this is the most exciting part of Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship reign so far, even though he's had extremely entertaining matches with AJ Styles and all of those big main events. Some people just claim that the "we doing drama" isn't there, and where's the aura? Where's the aura? We need the aura. At most, we may get another WWE title defense and a big event like Saudi Arabia before we get to War Games. We gotta give WWE credit where it's due. They always manage to find an interesting way to keep the bloodline angle relevant to some degree, keep the blood flowing, if you will. And it's been over 4 years now since it all began with the Tribal Chief. But at the same time, they're going to have to cut Cody's involvement once War Games is over. I mean, do they have to? But it seems like that's the most likely kind of fallout of this whole thing. What we're going to see is a temporary alliance leading to a match, or a match leading to a solidified alliance. Perhaps WWE can go in the direction of having Cody versus Roman 3 at Crown Jewel. That's almost inevitably going to have the stink of the bloodline interfering on it, right? We're of the opinion that should a third match happen between Cody versus Roman, and it should at some point, it should happen with zero interference whatsoever. Let's find out who the real guy is once and for all. They've had 2 WrestleMania main events. Now they get to finish the score, each of them having a big win over the other. Otherwise, it's a trilogy that will be defined by people constantly getting involved. One match between Cody and Roman, just the 2 of them. Let's see who can take the W. So at the best, we could see an alliance between Cody and Roman last up to the end of November before they either go on their own separate ways and set their own path to WrestleMania, or set up a third clash against each other. We can only hope for the fallout from this will eventually be Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, and maybe Cody versus The Rock. Just all scenarios that seem possible if you've been following things. Where that leaves Solo Sikoa, we're not really sure, but it shouldn't be difficult to wrap his story up with Roman Reigns over a big premium live event match as well. The fact that we're going to see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes side by side will be something special in its own right. Don't expect any moments of budding friendship, especially from Roman Reigns, because this goes against what his whole current character stands for, and the same for Cody. He's a prideful guy, and this is the Roman Reigns who pulled a bunch of shenanigans and chicken shiz moves to, keep the title on himself. Also, Roman has to earn trust. It's the other way around. Cody doesn't have to trust Roman. Roman has to get trust from Cody. It's an interesting scenario, but what you can expect is the next 2 months to give a picture of how things are going to play out at the beginning of 2025, quarter 1, in the lead up to WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. The Bloodline has also begun to make waves in WWE NXT, which has gained an even bigger television audience in the United States with the upcoming premiere on the CW network. So don't be surprised to see their impact getting only bigger and bigger there, with the supporting players in the Bloodline like Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa getting more and more time there. Who knows? Maybe Jacob Fatu can go and kick some people in the head there too. Even if Solo Sikoa has been on the unfortunate losing end of his WWE Championship match opportunities twice now, the rest of the Bloodline isn't doing all that bad, especially the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu that everyone seems to be enamored with. Once again, the fact of a 4-year-old storyline continuing to be reinvented just goes to show why it's one of maybe the most interesting in WWE's recent history. Or could it lose steam pretty soon? Yeah, that's also something worth questioning here. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers, a lot of predictions, a whole lot of speculation. Yeah, we're in the thick of it here. Whether it continues into post-WrestleMania 41 season is yet to be seen. That's a really, really long time away, and a lot can change before we get there. But one thing is for sure, with nearly 5 years of a storyline connecting so many players, it's almost inevitable that the fallout from whatever is coming up here, the story may end, but does it really ever end?